Jackass. By the way, each one of these judges were actually touring called with the five judges. And I was in front of this guy and this guy. I've been in front of this guy, and this guy was the chief judge. There's no reason for me to have any cases in the 13th Judicial Circuit. And by the way, Paul Huey and Emily Ann Peacock were judges during this time too. So it's reasonable for me to believe I can never get a fair trial in the 13th Judicial Circuit or the second DCA because they all know each other. State's response to the motion in particular, where they say, what is it? However, the state's general response is this. The state cannot adequately respond regarding the phrase he's indigent and don't own any property, as that specific wording is not included in the information or any other discovery. So you people have been trying to shove me in prison for something that never existed. Right. Nash disqualified himself. Y'all saw that. Vicar wrote a letter to the chief judge because one of our circuit court judges is listed as a witness for the state of Florida in the above referenced perjury case in which the defendant is self-represented. I don't know what that means. It appears the proper administration of justice requires that a circuit judge from outside the 13th be appointed to preside over the case. He respectfully requests you appoint a circuit judge from somewhere else. This is when Jorge Lombardo, the chief, I call him judge, but he's actually chief justice of the Supreme Court, the chief judge for the 13th Judicial Circuit. He sends it to me and him. The Florida Supreme Court steps in on my behalf and assigns a different judge from somewhere else. Chief Justice's document. And here's a transcript from the case where they actually say they were combining, they're trying to combine things to create a claim against me. And where he says they don't actually have me saying it, but anyway, we all understood something. The case was actually, what happened to the case in the end? Since I never won anything.
Your case or their case? I mean,
No, remember, I've never won anything anywhere. What happened to the case?
Well, it was dismissed. I mean, you got over the charges, the perjury charges.
It was dismissed.
Yeah.
Forget all the other cases I may have won or had favorable outcomes in. But I would say this, I would argue that people who, like myself, who think that this is an issue, and by the way, Judge Holder had just been previously reprimanded for ex parte communications. But when I asked the JQC to look into the case of what he did, they didn't want to touch mine. The reason this one was looked into is because he tried to step down on the president of the University of South Florida, and she wasn't having it. But she has the power to make people move. I don't have that. But the facts are here. So anybody who wants to look at anything for me, it's all right here. And if anybody says I'm lying, and by the way, this is another case I won, where I was showing why the city of Tampa has a history of filing false police reports. This guy arrested me claiming that I didn't have the car wasn't registered or some other shit. This is Cicerelli. I kicked his ass in court. In fact, the state attorney said they tried like 20 some times to get in touch with him. He never came to court.